Donald Trump just came out with his 10 points on how he's going to build great schools since becoming president and what he's going to start on January 20th on Inauguration Day. We're going to go ahead and listen to it and see what kind of ideas he has, crazy or good, for schools.
Here are 10 key ideas that will power our movement for great schools. First, we will respect the right of parents to control the education of their children.
That is huge. I used to be a private school teacher at a private Christian school, and parents' ability to choose is massive because school, when I used to be in school, and some of you watching right now, public school is not the same public school that it was 10 years ago. It's totally different today, and you have crazy people in there. Crazy people teaching on both sides, right? Whatever political side they're on, some people can be crazy, and especially like kindergarten through 5th grade, it's super important for parents to be able to choose and not just be forced to put your kid into this public school, because sometimes, especially K through 5th grade, those teachers spend more time with your kids than you do. On a daily basis, kids are 6 hours? And then, you're eating, doing this at night whenever you get home. But kids are in school for 6 hours with the same teacher. So they have a lot more pull sometimes than you do as a parent. So I think it's huge for parents to be able to pick what school they want their kids to go to. Do they want to homeschool them? Do they want to get a voucher to go to private school? So doing that, helping parents pay for homeschool or get a voucher for private school and have choices, I think is huge.
Second, we will empower parents and local school board to hire and reward great principals and teachers, and also to fire the poor ones, the one whose performance is unsatisfactory. They will be fired. Like on The Apprentice, you're fired. Third, we will ensure our classrooms are focused not on political indoctrination, but on teaching the knowledge and skills needed to succeed. Reading, writing, math, science, arithmetic, and other truly useful subjects. Fourth,
I do agree that especially in some public schools that I've seen online, that teachers get way too focused on their political ideology. It needs to be just, hey, these are the facts. Here's the books, math, history, science, writing, stuff like that. When teachers start to bring in their own politics on it and they want to try and morph how you're thinking and things like that, that is where the line is drawn. Those teachers should not be there. Especially, I get college, right? Let college kids are old enough. They're young adults. They can vote, they can drive, they can do all this stuff. So that's fine. College professors, you get to pick and choose your classrooms there. But in K through 12, the kids have no choice. They have to take those classes. The teachers should not be able to input their own politics in what they're teaching.
Fourth, we will teach students to love their country, not to hate their country like they're taught right now. Fifth, we will...
How many of you had to say the Pledge of Allegiance every day in school? I had to. I don't know when they stopped doing it. I know it's in some places it's illegal now, right? I think in Alabama they want to start making the 10 Commandments posted in every classroom. So that's a big step right there. But the Pledge of Allegiance, I think in some places you can't even say it anymore.
We will support bringing back prayer to our schools. Sixth, we will...
That could be a little hairy there, because when you're bringing prayer back to schools, is that, church and state? Is that how is that? What does he mean by that? Because if he just means you have the ability to pray now, with students and stuff, if the student comes to you and says, can I pray with you? Can you do that? I don't think you can in some places right now. So yeah, that's okay. But if you're saying that teachers are going to force students to pray, I think that's a whole nother... He'll have to explain that some more later.
We'll achieve schools that are safe, secure, and drug-free, with immediate expulsion for any student who harms a teacher or another student. Seventh,
you're going to get automatically expelled if you hurt or harm a teacher or another student. So if you get in a fight, Donald Trump is saying that you are going to get kicked out of your school. That's what I understood from that right there. I may be wrong. You guys let me know, but that's what it sounds like.
We will give all parents the right to choose another school for their children if they want. It's called school choice. Eighth,
I do agree with that. Just like I mentioned before, being able to choose your school, I think, is huge. Parents should totally have the option for that. And if your school is losing a lot of students, that kind of means that, hey, you need to probably do better as a principal or superintendent or whatever and make the school better if you have a bunch of parents leaving. So right now, schools are just able to get students in because of where they live, and they have no incentive to make the school actually better.
We will ensure students have access to project-based learning experiences inside the classroom to help train them for meaningful work outside the classroom.
So many things in school are not needed for an actual job. So yes, if there are actual projects going on that students can actually do to get work and real life experience, I'm 100% behind that.
Ninth, we will strive to give all students access to internships and work experiences that can set them on a path to their first job. They're going to be very, very successful. I want them to be more successful than Trump. Let them go out and be more successful. I will be the happiest person in the world.
That is huge. A high school kid being able to get internships, if that's what Trump wants to do, would be insane.
But we want our children to have a great life and be successful. And 10th, we will ensure that all schools provide excellent jobs and career counseling so that high school and college students can get a head start on jobs and careers best suited to their God-given talents. This is how we will ensure a great education for every American child. And one other thing I'll be doing very early in the administration is closing up the Department of Education in Washington, D.C.
So that's huge. If you can tell me that high school kids and college kids can guarantee internships and real world training, that is worth more than any college degree. And a lot of jobs aren't even requiring college degrees anymore anyway. So let these kids start to get experience in high school and stuff like that, and it will be way better. And dismantling the Department of Ed, if he does what he's talking about, that could be insanely huge.
And sending all education and education
back to the
work
states.
And needs back to the states. We want them to run the education of our children because they'll do a much better job of it. You can't do worse. We spend more money per pupil by 3 times than any other nation, and yet we're absolutely at the bottom. We're one of the worst. So you can't do worse. We're going to end education coming out of Washington.
He's not wrong. We're already spending 3 times as much on education than any other country, and we're near the bottom. We're not near the top anymore. I mean, it can only get better, right? Take money out of Washington, put it back in the States, and see what happens. I think it can only get better.
In D.C., we're going to close it up, all those buildings all over the place, and you have people that in many cases hate our children. We're going to send it all back to the States. Thank you very much.
That is crazy. Guys, let me know, especially if you have any kids that are in school right now, let me know what you think about that. I think that is going to be huge. If he actually does go through with all those 10 points, it could be big. It could be massive, especially for education, shutting down the Department of Ed. A lot of people would lose their jobs, but they would be able to spend more money or spend money more efficiently. So let me know what you guys think about it.